Hey, welcome back here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We're live with another edition of the Pulse Podcast. Here in Studio Squared, I'm Nate Mullins. To my right, your left, Cooper Snyder.
Toodles.
To my left, your right, Donnie Hannam.
Hello, everyone.
And you can hear us now.
Oh, yeah.
And in our studio, always keeping us locked in and live and looking good, the Wizard, Greg Kinn. All right, once again, this is the Pulse Podcast. If you're watching with us, please do us a favor, share the video, like, follow, subscribe. Obviously, that all helps too, but if you share the video, we reach new audiences. We love to reach new audiences. We want to reach new people with this. So let's get into it, guys. We usually start out with a one-word vibe check. We'll start with Cooper. What have you been thinking?
Fascinating.
Fascinating?
Because of just all the new different things that I was able to experience with you guys at the Hall of Fame and all the shenanigans. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Their elevator system at the Hall of Fame Stadium, we'll probably talk about the stadium itself in a little bit. I hated the elevators. You had to go on 2 or 3 different elevators just to go where you wanted to be.
Concrete jungle.
Concrete jungle.
Yeah. It was a maze almost. Like,
yeah.
I didn't expect the press box area to be like.
But it was all very nice.
Oh,
it
yeah,
all looked
sure.
absolutely beautiful, but it was just kind of confusing.
It was. Donnie, where you at?
I gotta go with jolly because obviously it's Christmas time coming around, but I didn't really feel it yet. I didn't really feel it at all. And then we went on this trip. I had a lot of fun with Cooper, and we did a lot of different things.
Yeah, just me.
Cooper.
Just me.
We went on the sidelines before the game. You guys didn't come down. Nobody came down with us.
Well, they had other things to do.
You know?
Yeah. But it was just a lot of fun with everyone.
That's
fine
awesome.
with everyone.
That's really
great.
cool, though.
Yeah.
Greggy, where you at? One word vibe check.
Complete, my friend. We've
Complete.
reached the end of the season.
I like it. I would say mine was, you can't say the whole weekend was restful, but like once I got back on Saturday, man, I kind of like recharged because it was like, I felt like, you know, the culmination of the entire season. When I got back on Saturday, it was like, okay, just drop the stuff, drop everything off here, go home, get some rest. And yeah, it was nice. So being able to kind of recharge and come back in here today and get back at it with another edition of the Pulse Podcast. I'm excited to be here with you guys. So
Me too.
let's talk some sports, guys. Where do we want to start with? Let's talk a little bit about this Hall of Fame experience. So I was really excited about, you know, witnessing this for the first time. I went to the Hall of Fame Stadium last year with my son to watch the Marion Local Division 7 championship game. It was like a blowout, 72-0 or something.
Marion Local, except
Ridiculous.
this year.
Well, it was coincidental that we were there a year later to the day. To the day that I was there with my son. So it's pretty cool to watch you guys as like, you know, we've tried to build this as a platform for the athletes, obviously, to get the promotion that I feel like they deserve. But this is also a platform for people like you guys who are, you know, budding stars in the media industry. You have an ambition for it. You want to do stuff like this. And to be able to give you guys these experiences, really, it's kind of vindicating for what we're doing this for. You know, like it helps me kind of keep going with this, you know, because I get to see you guys and see the spark in your eyes that I saw, that I had in my eyes 15 years ago when I first started in media. So it's pretty cool to watch. And like, I'm excited to see where this takes you guys. But Donnie, I'll say this. You went to a state baseball game this year and you've been to a state football game. It's not always like this in media. So just don't get spoiled with this.
No, I'm taking this in stride. I'm just taking it as a gift because both of those were just great experiences. Not only were they great experiences, I feel like they've given me such a good experience that I'm set for like most of the things that will hit me in life.
Yeah.
With that stuff.
So we get there a little bit later than I wanted to, but we still get there with enough time to get set up and get everything down. And Cooper, you headed down to the field. You got some pregame shots. What was the atmosphere like down there pregame?
It was interesting. I mean, you could tell that Kirtland they've been there before. Like just the way that they were acting, like they were all like acting like they were been there before because obviously they had, what was it, 14 or 15 straight years or something?
It was 14 out of the last 15 seasons. Yeah.
And Hopewell, obviously, that was their first time in, what, almost 20 years? Like 17 years or something. So Kirtland definitely had a little bit of the swag of like, yeah, we've been here. This is kind of our house. I mean, as well as it was only like a 30-minute drive for them or something, right? So, but I mean, same old on the Hopewell side. They they seemed like they were locked in. They went through their normal pregame stuff. I mean, it's just, I guess, unfortunate that, the game ended how it did. I mean, I bet we'll get into it a little bit more in a little bit, but
Oh, yeah.
I mean, regardless, I mean, they were there. I guarantee, I'm telling you right now, they enjoyed the experience, but now that all the returning juniors and sophomores and all that, they now have the experience of being in a position like that. So I bet that'll definitely bring them to further down the road into different experiences when the lights are shining the brightest.
It was a 14-0 game at halftime, and I honestly felt that, no offense to the Chieftains, but it could have been worse. Like, there was a couple opportunities that the Chieftains came up with some big stops.
Mm-hmm.
They got some big stops, but they just weren't able to convert offensively. They missed a couple of opportunities. They get the ball. They moved the ball a couple times, but it just kind of seemed to stall out inside the 30, inside the 20-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
These drives, when they don't produce points early on in the games, it's deflating.
Yeah.
No matter if it's still a two possession game or not, when you go into halftime, they get the ball back after half, but it almost felt like, they came out really flat, and they go with the 3 and out right away. And then Kirtland gets the ball back, just drive right down the field. And that almost felt like it was the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll be honest, I'm glad that the Chieftains stayed in. They fought for the entire game. They fought that entire game, because Kirtland's a damn good team. And I told somebody this, I still think Hopewell Loudon gave them the best game out of any team in Division 6 that was going to give them a game. Everybody wants to talk about, well, Coldwater, it should have been a rematch or whatever.
Yeah.
I still think Hopewell's a better team than Coldwater. I think if it would have been Coldwater versus Kirtland probably would have mopped the floor with Coldwater, even worse because of the revenge factor.
Yeah.
Not saying anything bad against Coldwater, but I'm just saying, because Kirtland got beat by them the year before in the state championship game, you imagine how much worse it would have been with the chip on their shoulder going into that game. So I still think the Chieftains kept it close for a while. It just proved that, experience matters when it comes to those big games. And yeah, it's a big stage. I think a lot of those kids, some of them, it wasn't too big of a stage, but some of them it was. Some of them, it kind of showed that, they'd never been there before. So,
but back in 07, 08, Chieftains made it in 07. They were able to get it back there because I guarantee, because they had that experience, knew what they needed to do to get back to the state championship game.
And that leads me to my next point, which is I feel like the Chieftains will be back next year, either to the state semis or to the state championship. I really feel like this is a team that could potentially make it to the state championship game again next year, just because there's a lot of talent coming back. Yes, they're losing a lot, obviously. They're losing some big-time talent. They got some big shoes to fill. But I still feel like this junior class is very, very talented. And there's a lot of core key position group guys that are coming back that'll have that experience, like you said, that's going to carry them even further. And I think potentially could take them all the way to the state title game again. So we'll see. I'm just very grateful for the ride. I am very grateful for the Hopewell Loudon community for embracing us. Everybody, sponsors, fans, the coaching staff, the players. I mean, I'll be honest. A couple years ago, we were over there for a Hopewell game. We show up, and one of the Hopewell Loudon people go, "Hey, the Calvert crew's here." And it's like, we're not just covering Calvert. Like, I get it, because we're in Tiffin. We cover a lot of Calvert games. But I really appreciate Hopewell's community really embracing us for this whole ride. And maybe it's because you were along with us and Connor's along with us. It kind of helps to,
Yeah, ease in.
Yeah. But I can't say enough about the way that Hopewell community came together for that team and showed a lot of support for the team, showed a lot of support for us as a broadcast crew. So once again, thank you to the Hopewell community. Thank you to everybody that was involved with keeping us going on that ride along with the Chieftains. So once again, big shout out to all the sponsors, all the fans, coaching staff, everybody.
Well, I'm a Mohawk kid.
Yeah.
Like I before this, I never went out of the shell of my Mohawk community. So I thought most of those people would not like me. But when I'm going over there to like set up a camera or do my job over there, they were one of the nicest people. They helped out. They made sure I had my space, and they would talk to me. We'd have it doesn't matter where you're from to them. It's all love. As long as you're not being mean.
Respectful.
Yeah, as long as you're being respectful, they're like that. I like your community, Cooper.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like my community as well. I've never been in the Mohawk community, but I'd hope it'd be close to the same.
Yeah.
I think that you're getting a lot of that with a lot of communities around here. You get, obviously, Tiffin community is a little different because there's 2 different schools here, so you get a little bit of the pockets of 2
atmospheres.
different. Yeah, it's almost it is. If you've ever been to a Frost Calnow game on a Friday night for a Calvert game, if you've ever been there for a Columbian game, they're 2 different atmospheres. But not to say that one's better than the other. It's just 2 different atmospheres. I think small town football in this area is just unmatched. You talk about Cary, you talk about Hopewell, Mohawk, Seneca East, all these schools in this area with this small town football environment that we have here. I mean, where can you find something like this where it's a nice little pocket of just really competitive football and just great community people that get behind their teams and show great sportsmanship.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, they're really friendly towards other fans.
I can tell you the players are not as friendly towards one another when it comes to game time, but the fans are.
That's to be expected.
That obviously it has to take that competitive range there.
Yeah, it's to be expected, but you'll have that.
We appreciate you, Heather.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely. That last one I put quite a bit into that one. Yeah. Honestly, it was that was a labor of love. We didn't get anything extra for that. It wasn't anything that we sold for sponsorships or anything. We wanted to do that because we saw the hype behind the games. We saw the ride that these Chieftains were on from an early start. Like I saw this when we started talking about doing recap videos. I said, I want to make sure that we're at every Hopewell Loudon game this year because I felt like this team had something special. I didn't know they'd go all the way to a state title game, but I felt like they had something special with this group. And I mean, it just goes to show, like, you get that community behind that team and you get that team working hard, anything can happen. It's really cool. Awesome to watch. But this is the end of our football season for Heart of Ohio Sports. So what are your thoughts, Cooper? Your first full season with Heart of Ohio Sports. What's your thoughts?
It's going to be different because all of my college classes, I've done, 15 or 16 weeks of college. So I've Monday through Thursday, I've had college, and then Friday, I went out to a game. And I got one test tomorrow, and then my first semester of college is done, and then obviously no more football. So I enjoyed it. I mean, it gave me something to do every single day, whether that be, focusing on, preparing for the videos, preparing questions, or looking at stats, knowing what I need to look out for when I go to the games. And I really enjoyed meeting all the Mohawk people specifically because I went to half my games. I was with the Mohawk coaches. I felt like we bonded a little bit with the players as well because I was on the sideline. They recognized me. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. And then spending all the nights, 2 or 3 hours back here, 2 a.m, editing the videos. I enjoyed it though. I'm fine with that. And then my late night drives. I love late night drives. I'm just really thankful for the opportunity I've been given here. So
Absolutely. I'm really thankful that you came on with us, and for whoever suggested you to come over here and work with us. Thank you very much, because this is obviously a fit for us and a fit for you too. So, and Donnie, now that you're through football season, you've had baseball and football under your belt. What do you think is the biggest difference between the 2 sports?
Oh man, it has to be like weather, obviously, and all the factors. I feel like, I'm going to say this honestly, football was a lot easier than baseball.
Yeah.
Because with baseball, we ran the antennas where we had to connect. So if I wasn't within connection range, half the time my camera wouldn't work. So with football, we were able to connect with the cord. It was a lot easier. Plus I was more close to the fans, got to notice a lot more. Not saying baseball wasn't my favorite time. I loved working with Jacob, learning how to do that, working with Latham, just working with all these new different people. It gave me a first look at all different types of communities, and I'm thankful for the opportunity that was given to me at Hoos. And I want to make this big. I want to work with you guys for a while, and I want to be one of the best cameramen to ever work at Ohio Sports.
Well, we've got something big coming in the pipeline. Keep your eyes peeled for I don't know if it's going to be an announcement anytime soon, but we're definitely working on something behind the scenes to show appreciation for all the athletes in the area. And I'm working with Eric a little bit behind the scenes on this, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit before we leave tonight just about putting this whole thing together, because it's going to be an undertaking, but it's going to be something that all of us will be able to put something into and be proud of. So I'm pretty excited about it. And, which leads me to a next thing that, I'm not going to get too excited about it yet because we still have to have some conversations. But I had a conversation with someone at the Hall of Fame this past weekend.
Yeah.
And
Heard all about it.
let's just say, some windows could be opening for us. Some doors could be opening
Some fun windows.
to where, some of these restrictions that we're dealing with might not be as restrictive in the future.
Well, it's like we said, Nate. We're being seen.
Yes.
And, we're starting to be taken seriously by some certain people.
Mm-hmm. And we'll just leave it at that. I mean, I don't want to get, like I said, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves because we still need to have these conversations. It still needs to happen. We need to sign everything on a dotted line and make it actually official before I can say anything official. But very excited about possibilities on the horizon for Heart of Ohio sports. So if you are one of the people watching this and you're like, hey, how do I get on board with you guys? You got to have a want to. That's all it is. Do you want to do this? Do you want to be involved? If you want to do this, get a hold of us. It's that easy. Send us a message, send us an email. You can find a way to get a hold of us. We have contact information on our website, heartofohiosports.com. It's not hard. So get in touch with us. We'd love to have you jump on board because, like I said, we're giving this. I want this to be a platform for young budding stars in the media industry as well. So talk about these championship games for a second. Some of them were kind of snooze fests, man. Like, obviously we had something invested in ours, but had a running clock. All but one state championship game had a running clock.
I was gonna say I thought I read all but two, but maybe it was just one.
It was I'm pretty sure it's the D1
The
game.
D1, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And that was still a 2-score game.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that it was the largest margin of victory between scores in the history since it started in 72.
Yeah.
It's like 128, I believe, was the differential combined between all of them.
Well, and you got to wonder, like, what is the reason for that? Is it just these teams are that much better, or is it time for, maybe where we need to get rid of regions and just kind of put teams in a playoff bracket, and
That's probably part of it, but the other part is schools like deliberately making sure that they don't move up or down a division.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
that's why you see powerhouses like I'm not saying Marion Local does that, but like powerhouses like Marion Local dominate, go on that massive win streak and win all the state championships. I'm not saying Kirtland or Coldwater do it, but how they always end up in the same position when they're definitely talented enough that they could probably end up doing the same thing in Division 5 football. So
now, Kirtland in years past, absolutely. But this
Yeah.
year, I think they had their lowest numbers in a long time, actually. They only had 45 kids on that team.
I said they did look like they didn't have as much. But like
and-
in the past,
Yeah,
like
you're right.
they could have.
Well, last year
up.
they had 60 kids on the team. So, and this year's a state champion team, and they only have 45. So, yeah, you're right, though.
That's part of it. Because obviously, why would you make it harder on yourself to win championships? Like, if you have an opportunity to do something like that, why would you make it harder on yourself to get there?
I always say, next to your name as a head coach, it doesn't say 6-time Division 4 state champion. It says 6-time state champion.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day,
If
if you're
you're
trying
a
to
state
build your
champion.
resume as a coach,
They
I
don't
mean,
care. They don't care what it.
why are you going to turn the difficulty level up?
Mhm.
Like I've always said that with Marion Local, it's like there's no open enrollment there. So they're not bringing in kids from outside that area.
Nope.
It's just those kids in that area. And it's a bunch of German Catholic kids who are just ridiculously big. Like they're a bunch of farm kids who they work out all the time. They're in the weight room every day of the year. They have a 365-day policy for their weight room. Every single day of the year, it's open. And there's a senior leader on the team that has a key to the weight room to open it whenever they need to. So like there's a reason they're that good. And it starts in the weight room. And I think if you can get kids to embrace that. Not working out on your own, not doing your own stuff, not posting your workout videos to TikTok, but getting in the weight room and grinding. That's where you build the culture that you need. And I think you're seeing that with Hopewell Loudon. I think a lot of those kids grew up together, and they were that bond was forged in the weight room. And you've got to understand that when you've got a winning team, a championship culture is built in the weight room. So,
and I guarantee you, from my past experiences after the season's over, there's already 15, 18 kids already in the weight room at Hopewell. The very next day, the very next Monday when the weight room opens, because next season starts now, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And that's why they're so good.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, when it comes down to it, I think the right teams were in the right spots at the end of the day. Just, you wanted to see some of these, like, okay, so the Division 7 state championship was really between St. Henry and Marion Local.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really, that was the state championship game. And, like, the Division 4 state championship, honestly, like, was really Perkins versus Indian Valley the week before. Like, that was, or not, I'm sorry, Glenville versus Indian Valley the week before. That was the Division 4 state championship. Now, Shelby, great run. I love to see it, but they just were not a match for Glenville. Like, the physicality, the toughness, it just, man, they just, that's a D1 football team. They beat St. Ed's and beat Massillon this year. Like, the reason they had so many losses, they're playing teams from out of state because nobody wants to play them.
See, and that's why don't you move up? Because it's an easy cakewalk to get to the state championship game.
Well, and that's a controversial take, because when you think about it, Glenville should be a Division II school for sure, but because of Ted Ginn Academy, those students who go to Ted Ginn Academy don't count against the enrollment, so they don't count towards the division ranking. So that's why they moved from Division II down to Division 4. Now, this year, I think they're merging with another school. So next year, they might have to move up at least one division, maybe two. So I don't know. That you see that a lot, though.
Yeah.
Like, there are schools that, I mean, I think Bishop Watterson's one of those schools that could probably play in D2, D1, but they're always in D3. Like, when did anybody give them a game this year? No, nobody gave them a game at all. And you're talking about a school in the heart of Columbus that's just like picking and choosing which, I want this guy, this guy, this guy. You know, like, I'm not saying that they're recruiting, but they're definitely not telling everybody to come out for the football team for sure.
Not speculating, but I'm going to start speculating.
But anyways, no, I like what Hopewell's building there. And I think that
Shady shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
Shady shenanigans.
I think, honestly, like, when you look into what these schools are actually doing, it's not like they're doing a bunch of illegal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they bending some rules? Yeah, but I think everybody's kind of bending some rules here and there to kind of make sure that people are taken care of, or
it's just
whatever.
It's just ludicrous, the fact.
But when you get up to the higher levels,
to happen that you only have one game without a running clock.
And what do you do to fix that, though? As a outsider looking in, what would you propose as a solution to that?
I don't know if you can. I mean, obviously you can get rid of all the regions, but then you're going to have people traveling across the state back and forth for 3 or 4 straight weeks. Like, that's going to be draining, and I don't know. I don't know. So I guess it's just, like I said, it's the first time it's happened in maybe 50 years. So, like,
maybe they should hold these schools more accountable for being at the division, like making sure that they tell them how much, like, people are on the team, what division they should be on, how good they are, like, stuff like that, more often, to say, hey, you should be higher than you are, instead of it being a cakewalk for them.
Well, they put in these competitive balance rules to kind of help with that, but I don't think it really helps, because teams are still finding ways to kind of work around these rules and kind of find ways to.
One thing about rules is everyone wants to break them.
No, you keep on pushing the rules.
You just push the boundaries. That's what you do. If you're a good, good coach, like Bill Belichick was a good coach. He pushed those boundaries as much as he possibly could. Paul Brown was a great coach. He pushed boundaries as much as he possibly could. If it wasn't in the rule book, he was going to try.
I hate to bring up NASCAR, but same thing back in the early days. You would absolutely push the thing to the max, and it would be an illegal car. But if you don't get caught doing that, I mean, you got to find the maximum ability and just for you to get ahead and win. I mean, everybody cheats. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's right.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
But I don't even know what you would do to fix it, honestly. Like, at this point, I think that the OHSAA has things the way they like it.
Mm-hmm.
It works for them. You know, it's not like they care who wins.
Yeah, they don't care.
They just want
Makes them no difference.
They want, you know, the product to play out on the field, and it is every year. It's playing out on the field. You're getting the best team to win the title every year in every division. It's just, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more of a competition. I'd like to see the best teams face off against each other in the championship game, as opposed to, you know, like we get these matchups earlier in the postseason. You know, I don't want to see the championship game in the regional final. You know, I want to see the championship game in the state final. I want to see that at Canton. That should be the matchup. But how do we make that happen? I think you shorten the postseason. I think that's the best solution to it. Is you got to figure out a way to get it back down to 8 teams. The 12 team, I think, just didn't work. I'm just old school when it comes to this stuff, but it really comes down to, like, how many lower seeds really made it. I mean, Cary was a 9 seed. They made it all the way. That was, you know, a good run, but you could make the argument they should have been an 8 seed anyways. Like, anyways, I could get going on this all day, but
we'll probably have more topics to get going on here.
I think if they put it back down to 8 teams, you'd end up with more competition, because the brackets would align better. But with these bye weeks and everything, the way it works out, you're going to get some wonky matchups to where you're going to get good teams facing off each other in early rounds. And it's just something you're going to have to deal with. So
a lot of playoff shenanigans.
Yeah.
A lot of playoff shenanigans.
Speaking of playoff shenanigans, Colts, what are they going to do? Find themselves, you know, they're a winning team, and now they don't have a quarterback. Daniel Jones out, torn ACL, torn Achilles, right?
Yep.
Torn his Achilles.
Contact.
Riley Leonard out, most likely. They're saying he's got some kind of shoulder injury or something. They don't know if he's going to be able to make it.
Giving Philip Rivers a call. It was, what was it? About an hour, 15 minutes ago or something.
That's unreal to me.
Getting Philip Rivers, 44-year-old, Hall of Fame eligible almost, Philip Rivers out there and on the practice squad giving him a tryout. If you're that desperate, then, I mean, no trade deadline, so whoever's in the free agent market, that's all you got, right? So you might as well reach out to an aging veteran. And one of my friends last night jokingly said, "Oh, might as well call Tom Brady, get him out there. Might as well give him a chance." So.
Right, might as well give Big Ben a call, right?
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, what else are they supposed to do? They can't just pick up like
Tyler Warren out there.
Yeah, Deshaun Kaiser or something off the free agent, AJ McCarron. I don't know. Those guys are probably all retired. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater. He's on a
Buccaneers.
Yeah, he's on Buccaneers.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, honestly, I saw somebody say the Bengals should just do they should just do him a solid and cut Joe Flacco since Joe Burrow's
Bring him back there.
Like, there you go.
That'd be pretty funny.
He does know the offense. He was just there last year, so
yeah.
Didn't run it very well, but it's all right. What's Anthony Richardson up to? Why is he out?
He's fractured orbital bone or something. He's been out since the beginning of the year. Yeah. Dang. Some kind of injury. I think it was in the preseason.
Anthony Richards Sr.
I think it was actually warming up for the first game of the year, wasn't it?
Anthony Richards Sr. to you, mister.
What do you guys think about... Well, before we get into that, let's keep with the sports. Zach Ertz.
That was nasty.
Did you see this?
I didn't watch it live, but I showed my dad.
Gosh,
on Sunday.
It's just
he was like, "Oh yeah, that's not,
just another
good."
One of those videos you just like you look back on. You're like,
why did I watch that?
Why didn't I turn this on?
It was along the lines of the Jaden Daniels injury. When you're watching it, you're like,
or the Kevin Ware, or the
Kevin Ware. No bone sticking out there. Yeah,
it's close. It's close fifth.
Sorry, Browns fans. Nick Chubb.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
Nick Chubb was legitimately
or
the second
Christian
best,
McCaffrey.
second best running back in the
Or not
league when he
Christian
did
McCaffrey.
that. It's unfortunate.
Cam
I think
Scatterbill.
you could make the argument he was on his way to becoming the best running back in the league. Like
yeah,
he
King
was
Henry. Yeah,
really close, and Henry was kind of starting to decline a little bit. I mean, he did have a resurgence in Baltimore, but the year that Chubb got hurt was the last year at Tennessee that Derrick Henry really kind of started to go downhill a little bit. So you could say, had Chubb not gotten hurt, probably would have been
the best.
the best, if not one of the best. He always was one of the best. But now it's like,
what if?
man, you watch him in that game last night. He had 1 carry for 3 yards.
Did he actually?
Oh my God. It was like, they showed him on the screen and it was like,
Willie Marks is good though. I have him in fantasy. He's gotten me a couple points here or there.
Greg, I felt like, you remember My Girl?
Yes.
Where she's like looking at him in the casket. She's like, where's his glasses?
Yeah.
He doesn't have his glasses on. It doesn't look the same. It was like watching Nick Chubb in a Texans uniform was like, where's his
Heartbreaking.
Browns uniform? Where's his
Heartbreaking.
orange helmet?
He's terrible now.
Oh no!
He's a shell of himself. Yeah, it's
Back
it's
when
rough
he
to
was
watch.
supposed to get all the carries because Joe Mixon was out, that didn't work.
Well, if you look at, honestly, Marks is only averaging like 3.3 yards a carry. It's not, nobody can run behind that offensive line. CJ Stroud's getting destroyed
Best
behind that
defense
offensive
in the
line.
league, but
Yeah,
the
but they got
offense.
nothing on
Usually
the
it's
offensive
the
line.
other way around. When you look at a team like the Cowboys, it's always great offense, bad
Yeah.
defense. But now it's actually bad offense, best defense. Kind of the same thing with what the Browns have been going through past couple of years.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So the Browns, speaking of the Browns, announced that Shedeur Sanders he will be the starter for the remainder of the season, which it's kind of like, duh, at this point. You watch the guy after yesterday. Come on.
It's great, but they just need better like decision making though. Like play calling and stuff. Like obviously that 2-point conversion for a little frustrating.
Can we talk about just for a second?
Quinshawn didn't know what he was doing, obviously. He kind of forgot what was supposed to happen.
Can't win games like that.
Why did they go for 2 in the first place? Not that time, but the time before that, okay?
Okay.
What
I
is
do
this
remember that,
new analytics approach, Greg? What is this bullshit of like, well, if you're down by 14 and you score a touchdown, you should probably go for 2 instead of just kicking the extra point.
I don't understand it. I don't understand the Wildcat.
Somebody tried to
plays.
explain it to me, and it's like, well, if you do it, then you have like a 52% chance to win. But if you only kick the extra point, you have a 50% chance to win. And I'm like, so what it comes down to is you really want to try to control what you can control. And it's like, no. You just kick the extra point, and then if you want to go for 2, you kick it, you go for it the next time.
Yeah.
Or you
Well,
put in defense hands.
Why are we going for 2 in the first place? It's the worst team in the NFL. Why are you
Put
acting
it
that
into
concerned?
your great defense's hands.
Yeah.
Like mate,
they were awful yesterday. My God.
I feel like we're probably gonna get in a debate, but I feel
Mike
like
McCoy roasted that defense.
the coach is doesn't like Shedeur Sanders.
Kevin.
Well,
The
come
dude
on.
does not like Shedeur Sanders at all. Like,
We've seen how many times now where he takes him off the field inside the 5-yard
oh
line.
my gosh, it's terrible.
Like, I don't understand the logic behind it, but it's something that I don't think they want him to throw the ball inside the 5 because maybe they are afraid he'll throw an interception, or maybe they don't want him to
But I feel like with a young quarterback,
do
though,
good. I don't
you
know.
got to give him that experience
You
of
would-
those plays. But like
would
when you're
think.
not doing that, you're not winning games.
They're not winning games anyways. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. I was like, you're also not winning any games in the
they're
process
probably not going to win
of
those
not
games
doing
anyways.
where you're not. I don't.
Are we happy with Shedeur? I am.
I am.
Honestly, here's the thing.
I could care less.
I think
Good
at the
opinion.
end of the day, you've gotten yourself into such a mess with this Deshaun Watson situation. And this contract is an albatross for at least next year. You committed to him for $72 million for next year, right? If he is not going to be your starting quarterback, or at least not going to be contributing to this team, you can look at this Shedeur Sanders situation as almost like a Brock Purdy. Like, Brock Purdy was the guy for the 49ers. He was Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the draft, right? On a rookie contract for the first 4 years of his career. He was cheap, he was effective, he was efficient, right? What mistake did the 49ers make that caused them to be in a situation where they were relying on the last pick in the draft. Oh, they traded 3 first-round draft picks to go get Trey Lance.
Yeah.
And what did that do for him? Nothing. And then the Browns, in a mess, once again, they traded 3 first-round draft picks for who? Deshaun Watson. And he's not on the roster. He's not contributing. Shedeur could be that Brock
the
Purdy.
only difference is the roster built around. Because, the Browns have a great defense, but it's not like, they don't have a George Kittle.
They got a Harold Fanta Jr.
He's still a rookie, though. He is
9 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown
he's
yesterday.
improving like George Kittle, though. Who's the receiver?
They
don't have Brandon Ayuk. They don't have a Debo Samuel. They don't have a Christian McCaffrey yet.
That's
Sean's good, but
when Purdy started, he didn't have all those weapons either. He had a Debo Samuel, he had George Kittle, but Ayuk wasn't there. He didn't have
eventually
McCaffrey.
he did, and that's what catapulted them to being so good.
Yeah, for sure. But they were always good. Like they're always they've been in the
Browns,
playoffs.
they just haven't ever really been good. So it's like a difficult situation. It's same song, second verse, all the same song, 40th verse.
They were
with
in
all
the
the
playoffs.
quarterbacks.
2023.
Yeah, you can argue that they
So-
have better
Flacco.
coaching.
Yeah.
Better coaching over the 49ers than the Browns do.
You could say that.
Yeah, that coaching, I feel like nowadays we think we underrate coaching a lot. Like coaching is a big thing now. Like as we see with the Lions right now, and we also kind of see with Ohio State with adding Matt Patricia, who's done a great thing with the defense that I haven't seen a lot of coaches do in the past couple of years. Still a great defense, but I feel like coaching comes into perspective when it comes to a young quarterback who's coming into a team that kind of sucks, getting his head in the right mental space, getting ready for that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Are we
see
going
it.
through a renaissance almost of like a brand new offensive coming in, like what Mike McDaniels did like 2 or 3 years ago, and all the shenanigans he did with all like the motions and stuff, and then obviously Ben Johnson with everything that he's been doing. My Bills, Joe Brady does a little goofy stuff where he always has Josh Allen. You have the 3 guys running routes, but you always have a check down. I've seen a lot of more teams utilize that with a blocker out front, like have their tight end.
So, do you think like something like offensive-minded coaches have it now? Because we see like guys like Aaron Glenn who are suffering because they're
he's a
so
defensive guy.
defensively minded.
I think, especially also because like the refs in NFL, like they're still pulling back the reins a little bit on what the defense can and can't do.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's definitely given the offense more of an opportunity compared to 50 years ago when you're able to grab each other's face masks, throw punches, and absolutely kill the quarterback.
Yeah.
Where now, if you touch the quarterback and he flops, there's a good chance that it could be roughing the passer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, it's just the way
They're a lot more
now.
protective of the
Mhm.
quarterback for sure. I remember, man, I can still remember, I think it was the 06 or 05 Steelers team. Maybe it was later than that, but man, these dudes were just headhunters. Like they would just destroy people.
Was that
And
Palomalu?
Palomalu,
and,
James Harrison,
yep.
Joey Porter,
James
like
Harrison.
all these dudes just who's the other guy? Farrier or dude, they had so many guys that were just monsters. And they bring it every single play. And you get like guys crossing over the middle, you wouldn't even think about it. Ryan Clark just light them up.
Boom.
Just light them up. And it was like you couldn't even run crossing routes back then.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got guys just basically dancing around in the middle of the field because nobody can touch
What was the
them.
last great defense you think of?
I know all I can think of is Myles Garrett
Seattle.
and the Browns.
Yeah, Seattle. No fly zone in Denver. I mean, I don't know if you would even count
And
Saxonville.
they're even getting like nerfed this year
Yeah.
with all the holding calls. Like Patrick Surtain has not been
exactly
as good as he has normally
Mhm.
because they're calling all that stuff on him.
So I mean, it's there's all these great defense players like you mentioned, Myles Garrett. He's gonna end up breaking the sack record, right?
There's no doubt.
And I mean, all these other great defensive players, but there isn't like a defensive super team because it doesn't
anymore.
really matter anymore. It's an offensive game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But and then teams like the Titans don't know how to play offense except when they play the Browns.
Damn it, Cooper.
I
I feel like the Browns shot them in the foot with this game, honestly.
the Brown.
They shot themselves in
Don't
the foot.
worry, you're still able to get the conference championship or the division championship. Don't worry about that. You can still win the division. You can still win the division.
No, I
Not
don't
anymore?
think they can.
Not anymore.
They were eliminated yesterday. I thought
Who's
I saw.
above them?
Well, the Steelers are 7-6, Ravens are 6-7, and then the Bengals are like garbage. I think they're like 5-8.
Go
or
Bills.
4-9, something like that. So
4-9.
So yeah, there's not much of a chance for the Browns. I think they are like 3-10
Well,
now. Yeah,
they
they're not
did
winning
have a
division.
chance, Cooper.
Yeah, they did have a chance.
They did at one point.
Yeah,
That's what counts.
Everybody had a chance.
I think-
it's just some teams suck more than others.
Exactly.
Yeah, it just comes down to the fact that the Browns have kind of always sucked since they came back. So like,
I feel like this conversation happens every single week. Oh wow, the Browns suck when they came back. Wow, really?
well, Cooper, you're like very hostile about the Browns for some reason. Like
I
you
just
are
think it's
the anti-Browns.
I think it's fun.
He's a
And,
Bills
like,
fan.
I
am a
get it.
Bills fan.
I get it. It's fun to be a front runner. You know, it's fun to just pick a fun team to root for and just pick whoever you like to root for, like the Indiana thing and like the Bills and like whoever's good. I'll just root on them and I'll just be on their. I'll be on their side.
Why not be a fan
Bills
of like the
fan
Detroit
That must be
Lions?
fun.
Phil's fan
'Cause when you just
in
stick with a good team-
2019 Can I talk?
When you just stick with
Can
your
I
team,
I do stick with my team.
like stick
I was
with them.
still in 2019. I was still
So you've been in-
basically infant. I didn't know what was going on, so I chose the Bills because I realized the absolute suffering that you guys are going through. I was like, I'm gonna just choose a different team. And if you remember, early Josh Allen, the Bills still kind of sucked. They weren't good.
They were a playoff team.
Yeah, they were a playoff team, but only that was the first time in years. So it's not like it was, oh, Josh Allen, this guy's going to be an MVP. No, Josh Allen was still kind of reckless with the football.
That's coincidental. That's when you jumped on board. It was right around the time they started getting good.
Once again, I was still, what was that?
A
7
front
years
runner?
ago? 7 years ago? I wasn't even, I was what, 10 or 11?
That's all right.
Who wouldn't
It's fine. I don't
Sounds
have
like
anything.
exactly what a
I have
10 or
lot of
11-year-old
friends
would
who are
do.
Front runners. I get it. I completely understand.
Well, there's a difference.
I wouldn't want to be
a fan of
miserable
the
watching
Chiefs.
sports either if I could choose. If I could choose not to be miserable watching sports, I'd root for the best teams every game.
Oh yeah.
And as for the Indiana thing, week 2 or 3 last year, before anybody said, before they were even ranked,
Who were you rooting for before then?
I don't really ever care about college sports. Like obviously, like Ohio State, when Cincinnati made the playoffs that one year
How
against Alabama,
convenient.
I kind of liked them. I was like, oh, that's a little different. Cincinnati, Ohio team.
I'll give you that,
But-
Cooper.
Yeah, I mean, anybody to beat Alabama at that time. But like, I haven't really ever been like a big college sports guy. Like I got friends that are like, oh, I'm a big Michigan guy. I know, all this stuff about the college sports. I'm like, I like the NFL more than college sports. Like obviously, college football at times is completely better than the NFL, but like I just don't pay as much attention to just picking a specific team to root for, like Ohio State or Michigan or Notre Dame.
I just kind of was
Yeah.
born here, and I'm like, hey, these teams are closest to me, so
Yeah.
I'm going to root for them.
Well, I was.
That's what I said.
Well, I'm at the stage in life where I think it's kind of funny when everybody else around me gets upset and sad about their team losing.
Well,
I'm
so-
used to it.
Like I was
Yeah.
like Nate, I was born into a family that was a fan of a really bad team in the Detroit Tigers, Lions. I was kind of thrown into that fire really quickly, but I always was glad that I had Ohio State to kind of lean back
no
on.
lean back on.
How do you end up a Tigers, Lions, and Ohio State fan?
Well, at first I was.
Someone had a little bit of influence.
So-
I don't know who.
At first I was a huge baseball fan because
Yeah.
like my grandpa and my dad were big into that.
Tigers
so-
honestly, I don't blame anybody for rooting for the Tigers because it's an iconic brand. Their logo's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things about the Tigers that are cool. So I don't blame anybody for rooting for the Tigers.
Well, back then when they sucked, when I was watching Miguel Cabrera play, like all the great legends are gone. Like we're gonna get him into the Hall of Fame here soon. But Miguel Cabrera, just watching him play and love the game, just as a whole, they were not winning, and he was still having these great seasons with a smile on his face. It made me love the sport of baseball. That's why I knew that was my team.
okay.
And then the Lions just kind of came with it because, again, they're pretty bad, and it's Tigers.
It's
over them.
crazy how that works. How something can be so bad that you kind of fall in love with it.
Yeah.
it's like watching a really bad movie. It's like it's one of my favorite movies because of how bad it is.
And then Ohio State just came because my dad was an Ohio State fan. And so I kind of just became one.
What's that commented on? I don't see that.
YouTube?
It's I don't have it. Don't worry. If I would have seen that, I would have fired right back at him. It's in here, Matt.
Just came in about a minute ago.
Matt, oh, I wish I would have. You're lucky we made that bet last year, Matt. You would have had to suffer, and I would have loved every moment of it.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I don't have it.
You don't have it?
No, I don't have it. The heck?
Well,
Well, I
They're
can see where someone's
restricting-
having fun, like like I see Chiefs fans and stuff. I was not a Chief fan,
Salty.
but obviously my Lions weren't good,
No.
so I would root for them, and when they would get the Super Bowl or something like that, like not root for them, but I would be like, I want this team to win when doing bets and stuff like that, and I'd just throw it in there and they'd win. So I was happy getting money and stuff like that from that.
You shouldn't be gambling. You're not old enough for that.
It was like $5, Cooper.
You're not old
I was
enough
throwing
to
it.
gamble.
I was throwing to someone. I
No,
said, I bet you
can't
$5
gamble.
this team is gonna win.
No.
Most of the time I won,
No.
so I was just happy that I was
Nope.
getting that stuff. But I was never a Chiefs fan. Fuck the
You
Chiefs.
can't
But-
do that. Whoa, you
Whoa.
can't say that.
sheesh.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm canceled now.
This touched Donnie. Donnie was touched by this conversation.
Yeah.
We
Sure,
got.
I was
we
touched
got-
by something.
Oh yeah.
Cooper.
I mean,
All right.
if you want to go, buddy, we can.
All right.
I don't know what's going on.
Gone a little too far here.
I don't know what's going on. Nobody.
This train's coming off the tracks here. So,
Hey Donnie, you want to hear a joke?
yeah, let's hear it.
What do you call a cow with no legs?
Nope, never mind.
I don't know what you call.
Ground beef.
Knee slapper. I love that one. Love that one.
This man.
Hey, that was a good joke. That was a good joke.
Come on now.
It's a good joke.
Hey, don't hate on me because you don't have that God-given talent of
They
coming up
hate
with
us
jokes.
because they ain't us.
Yes.
I'm gonna break that speaker.
Dude, I'm gonna shove that trumpet where the sun don't shine if you don't be
Okay.
careful.
I don't think you're gonna do a damn thing.
Yeah. Let's get back on track.
Anyways,
So let's talk about this Paramount thing. This Warner Brothers, I should say.
it's interesting.
Everybody's trying to buy Warner Brothers.
Money.
They want to buy the Warner Brothers, HBO Max, DC
What has happened to
package.
movies?
And you're talking about not just all that stuff. There's also gaming rights involved. There's like television networks involved, like a bunch of stuff, basically all packaged together. And Netflix was like, "Hey, we'll give you 82.7 billion." And I think a lot of us thought that was going to be
Mm-hmm.
the end of the
I thought
deal.
that was. I thought they made a deal.
Then just about a couple hours ago, Paramount was like, "Hey, let's throw our little hat in the ring here. $108 billion bid."
Damn.
They're just trying to go after Disney at that
And
point.
li-
They're trying to keep pace and
And like I
compete.
said, Heart of Ohio Sports, $3 trillion.
yeah, no,
We're gonna
that's our
put that in.
buyout. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's not gonna happen. I was just
$100 trillion.
quadrillion.
Hey, you gotta 1 trillion.
So what do you guys think though? Like, there's a lot at stake here.
Streaming services.
Who do you want to win this? Who do you would you rather have Netflix or Paramount be in control of the Warner Brothers IP?
Trick question.
I don't know. I'm
'Cause
not.
I just want Warner Brothers keep their stuff, keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't want any of them to get them.
Mm,
Yeah, I get they're getting a lot of money for it,
well,
but
you understand what's at play here. These are billionaires who want control of the media.
Mhm,
Yeah.
that you just want to.
That's what it's coming down to. They just want control of the media.
Get their fingers on everything possible. that
Yeah.
they can
honestly,
touch.
I'll go with Paramount on this. Netflix has always been kind of crappy when it comes to these new things, like with their live streaming and their connections. It's getting out of control.
Upstart company.
It's hard. It's hard.
I'm not a Netflix guy. Never have been.
Yeah.
We don't even have Netflix. So
Not in my house. We don't watch that
It's
Netflix.
pretty Stranger Things.
the only Paramount thing that I'm familiar with is Transformers. Sandwich Wiki. The Cube. The Allspark.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
dude. Paramount's got a lot. South Park, Comedy
Ooh,
Central.
love South Park.
They also own the. There's a fighting mechanic. You guys ever played? What are the Lord of the Rings games? Morrowind or any of those games? There's some kind of fighting mechanic that's involved with these games that they actually patented, and it's only allowed to be used in these two games. These like Lord of the Rings games, and gamers out there are like obsessed with this because basically it's an adaptive AI that reacts to your fighting style and it remembers your fighting style. So like if you fight with an enemy and you don't end up killing it and it comes back later, it'll remember your fighting style and it'll adapt to your moves and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's something that's obviously not new, but it's definitely something that's unique to them because they've kind of created a different system with it. And from what I understand, there's gamers out there who are really invested in seeing who wins this because they want to see what happens with that fighting style. Basically some kind of an animation style of fighting. So there's a lot at stake. It's not just Warner Brothers. It's not just, HBO Max. There's
always more.
And
There's
I think
always
the
more.
biggest piece of this puzzle that people aren't talking about is the cable networks. There's a lot of cable networks involved with this deal. TNT, CNN, all kinds of stuff that's what they want. That's the big thing that they want. So
It's $100 billion is ludicrous. That's ridiculous.
to go from 82 to 108, just throw an extra 26
Throw the
billion
dollar
in the ring here.
Let me wipe this on my
That's-
butt.
I need to wipe my tears.
That just tells you there's something at stake.
all this
for sure.
arguing.
But let's get into your segment here. We got Cooper's
boy.
Underdogs. I like this. What do we got going on
Cooper's
here?
Underdogs. I wanted to do NBA, but there was crappy NBA games on the next 2 or 3 days, so I just didn't involve that. So I got three different games, 2 games, and a team for college football playoffs. So underdogs. So obviously, whoever's kind of favored or someone that you should look out for or whatnot. So
Okay.
first Thursday night game for the NFL. Atlanta versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is favored by 5.5. Baker is still kind of playing hurt. I mean, over the past 2 games since that injury against Los Angeles, he's averaging 158 yards per game. But before the injury, 236 yards per game. Passer rating before the injury, 91.5. Pass rating afterwards, 53.2. The Buccaneers have lost 4 of their last 5. And Atlanta is still in the hunt for that division.
So you're telling me Baker playing through a shoulder injury is a bad thing?
I think so.
It's almost like we've seen this before.
I'll become Brendan and say, I'll let Kyle Pitts hurt me again.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts. Yeah. We should start him and hope that he gets all the touchdowns.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So,
He's only had 1 this year, so
and I feel
I'll let him
like
hurt me again.
I feel like the Falcons are a sneaky team. They're never like 100% like a full blown playoff team, but they have the pieces to be a good team. It's it just doesn't seem like it ever fully goes their way enough to actually be.
This is such a young, developing team. It's so hard to tell when they're going to win and when they're going to lose.
they better hope Michael Penix comes back because they ain't making it with Kirk Cousins.
Oh my
and if they do, they ain't winning anything.
He's too old, man.
Philip Rivers ain't old enough though.
All right.
All right, so for the second game, we're looking at USC versus TCU bowl game. I forget the bowl name. That's on me. But it's a bowl game. The 9-3 USC Trojans versus the 8-4 TCU Horned Frogs. So USC is favored by 6.5 right now. That's what I saw about. And I just think TCU, that's a winnable game for them. They got 2 great quarterbacks who are going to be going at each other, both from 3,500 yards. Josh Hoover for TCU, 29 touchdowns, but 13 interceptions, about an interception a game. And then obviously USC, we've seen him with the Big Ten stuff. Jaden Maiva, 3,500 yards, 23 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I feel like it's going to be sort of a shootout. TCU's got a really good guy, wide receiver, Eric McAllister, first team Big 12, 1,200 receiving yards, 10 touchdowns.
McAllister?
McAllister.
Big 12.
Yeah.
Now, what?
Big 12, Big McAllister.
I'm going to check his stats out.
Eric!
Eric's not here.
6'3"? I like it. All right.
6'3". He's a very deep route guy.
Got nice teeth.
Yeah. Past his sophomore and junior year, it was something like 600 yards receiving, 700 yards receiving, and then he finally got his breakout year this year. But yeah, this will be a shootout. TCU gives up 245 yards per game through the air. USC gives up 200 yards through the air. So it'll just be a matter of fact of just passing the football around, see if you're able
Whoever
to,
gets the most points wins.
yeah, whoever at the end of the day it's night, and whoever gets the most points will win.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Hey, my mom, go Horned Frogs. You know that okay. Story time.
Oh, God.
So when TCU and Michigan played in the playoffs, my mom was like, I don't know who TCU is. Looked up their mascot, and it was a horned frog. And we don't, in our family, we don't really like Michigan. We have like one friend that is a Michigan guy. So she ended up, she ended up buying a TCU Horned Frog shirt
What?
and wore it that night when they won. So I don't know. I haven't seen that shirt in a very long time, but it's
We
somewhere.
need to dust it off for this one.
Get it signed.
I also have listed a couple of other bowl games to watch out for. Michigan versus Texas. I think that one's going to be good. Penn State
Was
versus
that the
Clemson.
Citrus Bowl, right?
Yeah, Citrus Bowl.
And if Texas beat them, Ohio State's better.
What is it? Why is it the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl?
Yeah.
Like,
I think it has to do something with like sponsor.
can't you get Sunkist to sponsor it though?
Sunkist.
Like,
why isn't Sunny D, dude?
yeah, like make it some kind of orange or
Heart of
something.
Ohio
Like,
State
why does it
Sports
be
Bowl.
Cheez-Its?
Heart of Ohio Sports Bowl.
Yeah, it's sort of a
Yeah, let's get there.
Penn State Clemson, the battle of the two teams that
Two guys.
the two guys basically of
Just
failing.
two brothers.
Yep.
Sword fight.
Yep.
It's just two brothers. Sorry.
The bowl game is called Two Brothers.
Illinois and Tennessee. I feel like Tennessee is definitely not been as good as they could have been this year. So Illinois can sneak up on them. Vanderbilt, Iowa. Iowa's always hanging around about the 20th ranking at the end of every single year. So, and then my last underdog team, I'm gonna go Oklahoma. I feel like they've had a very quiet year. Or they eighth in the bracket.
John Mateer.
I mean, they're playing an Alabama team that just got raffle stomped by Georgia in the SEC championship game with DeBoer on the hot seat, right?
But
So
ESPN picked that game over the Ohio State Indiana game. That has to hurt.
Now, is Alabama just this team or like, because here's the thing. I thought when Saban left, they were already starting to become like,
a little bit less
they were
than what
starting
they
to
were.
decline a little bit. Okay.
Well, obviously, they're losing a great
Now,
coach.
now that the field is level, and when I say that, I mean, with all due respect to anybody who was involved, I don't really care. Now
They're
that-
not seeing this. They're
Now
not
that
gonna
the
see
field
this.
is level,
With all
we
respect,
all
but-
can
Yeah.
pay our players. Isn't it kind of weird that Bama's a 2-3 loss team every year?
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
Someone
like a
look
normal
into that
team.
administration.
Mhm.
There's
Well,
definitely
the same
some
thing happened when Ryan Day and all these awesome coordinators go at Ohio State.
We'll see. I don't know. It's kind of weird when Urban Meyer left. You know, he was a national title winning coach, and then Ryan Day comes, takes over, and what
gonna be
happens?
Brett
Wins a
Harline.
national title.
Brian Harline's going to be next.
So it kind of seems like it doesn't matter who's the coach.
And then that winner of the Oklahoma-Alabama game will end up playing Indiana in the second round. And obviously everybody's definitely probably going to still have their doubts, Indiana, no matter the outcome of what happened last week. Yeah, tough team. It's if only our kicker could kick.
Where's Lou Holtz?
If only.
It's also pretty incredible that
If only they counted crawling as yards. Man.
But the week or two before Brian Hartline is going to USF, Chip Kelly gets fired. So we got our offensive coordinator back.
Yeah.
Now, do you think, if you're the Buckeyes, who are you going to look to fill that hole?
I
Are
feel
you
like
going to go back to Chip Kelly?
either that or go for another guy like you said, Brian Dable. Great
I think Dable
offensive-
would be a huge,
Oh,
that'd
dude,
be a huge
be a
get.
great coach. But I would feel like if we're talking about who we would persuade more to come over, Chip Kelly's another name you could throw into the hat of people that's been there. They've been in that situation. They've already done this before. A guy that would definitely fill that shoe if they need him.
For sure. But yeah, I mean, what else? You got anything else for the playoff there, Cooper? Is that
Just watch Oklahoma. Texas Tech is also kind of a goofy team at the 3
Oh, man.
seed.
I'm telling
they got
you.
a good defense. I feel like people were underestimating them a little
they
bit.
have so much money in that roster?
Yeah.
Like, isn't it $25 million invested in that roster? I mean,
That's not 108
It's-
billion, but
but that's a lot of money for a college football team. So that's a team to keep an eye on for sure.
yeah.
Turn our spotlight to local. Now that our football season's over, we'll talk about basketball. Our live coverage is going to start in January. We'll put together our basketball schedule, release that here pretty soon, and then we're 15 regular season games like usual. It just won't start until January. If we find any games over the next couple of weeks that you think we should be at, send us a message and we'll see if we can get a field reporter out there to cover the game and at least
Field
get a
reporter.
recap. I'm sorry, court reporter.
There you go.
Courtside reporter.
Courtside.
There we go.
Cooper always.
You're still working
yeah,
in the
yeah.
field.
Cooper chaos.
You're
I'm
in
not
the
working
media
in the
field.
field.
So
It's a court. I ain't no field. I ain't on no field.
Just because you're root for
You are-
Indiana doesn't
hey,
make you.
We're
Hey,
in the
I would say
cornfields.
you're pretty much like a scarecrow because you are outstanding in your field.
Oh yeah, I am.
Don't be a scarecrow and stand in your field.
Donnie.
Love you, Dom. That was my favorite. That had to be one of my favorite parts of this year too. Was when we were doing the mainstream, and all we hear is the replay of Tom going, "You don't have to be a scarecrow and go out standing in your field." Like, Dom, that's not the line.
That's not the line.
Oh wait, no, it was written
You're doing
down.
it wrong.
It was written down like that though, because he showed me the paper and it said. So it wasn't his fault. It was pretty freaking funny.
Yeah, it was
Quite
probably
fucking
called
funny.
notes. I didn't know you needed your whole joke written out for you.
But no, basketball season's coming up. It's already in full swing for
Mm-hmm.
a lot of schools. Hopewell won't get started. Obviously, they get a little time to get started, and then Cary and Colonel Crawford are not started yet, so they'll take a little bit of time to get going. But most of the schools in the area have started basketball season. I've seen Columbian's got a couple games under their belt. Calvert.
Seneca East, Mohawk.
I don't know if Calvert's played yet, but
Canton.
I did see Seneca East and Mohawk both played. So yeah.
One of the
Who you got your eyes on this year for basketball? Cooper. Any team in this area that you can kind of say, all right, yeah, you need to watch them.
I think it'd be interesting to see what Mohawk does after losing everybody that they did last year. I think
They're gonna be like they're gonna be 12-10. I would say
12 and 10.
that's when I was looking at looking at who they
See,
play.
it's like the same thing with what
I mean,
happened
no
last
faith.
year.
I'm not. It's not that I don't have faith. It's just we're looking at reality here, and just watch. I've watched so much of this film on these guys already because I'm friends with some of the best, but they're just not gonna win very many.
No.
Games. They're gonna win games, but
What do you think their conference record's going to be like? 6-6, 6-7?
probably.
That doesn't make sense because that's an odd number, but okay.
But yeah, just looking at it, they're not a bad team but they just don't got what it gets to go very far as like the teams before
I
them.
think of
They
it
lost
like
a lot.
what happened last year with Hopewell losing all 5 of their seniors or whatnot that played varsity all started, right? And it was
Yeah.
a little bit slow last year. So it's going to be interesting to see if Mohawk's able to get over, I guess, that high of what happened last year and able to continue their success.
I'm surprised that the head coach there actually stayed
Yeah.
after this last year. Like it might obviously make contract or something, but you have this really good team and you had for a while and you guys had some great seasons, played Convoy Crestview. This was a huge game at BG, but then you just come down. Like I thought someone else was going to take a spot because I didn't think he would want to coach a year where it was so down, but hey, he's still there.
Hey, you
I
got to
give
stick
props-
with that. You
I
gotta
give
stick
props
with
to
it.
our coach.
You
I
gotta
love
stick
him
with
because
it.
I played basketball for a bit. He's one of
Well,
the fair coaches.
I thought after, who was it? The younger jury kid. Jordan?
Reed.
Reed? Jordan was the older one. Reed's the younger one. So when Reed was done, I thought Roger was going to be done. Like I thought he'd be done.
Yeah.
And then he stuck around and he's still coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of these guys just have a love for the game. Like I really do think Eric Daniel has a love for the game.
Yeah.
And I do think Coach Hoover has a love for the game.
Yeah.
Because like Eric Daniel a couple years ago went through probably one of the hardest seasons that anybody's had to go through in coaching. And for him to be able to turn around and the last 2 seasons, take his team to the playoffs and do what he's done with that team, rebounding the way he has, I mean, there's a lot of good coaching in that community. And I feel like, yeah.
But to go to mine with the team I think is going to blast off, and they've looked at it, I think they're like ranked 3 in Ohio in their division.
Obviously.
Colonel Crawford.
Really?
That team is going to be very good, and I feel like
They were good last year.
and I think they're going to be even better than last year. I think they're going to make it very far, and maybe even go to
Aw.
state.
Obviously, Payne DeGray, somebody to keep an eye on for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, big dude. But yeah, I just feel like that team's gonna blast off. But an underrated team, I don't think they're gonna do as good. But I can see Bucyrus
Yeah.
doing something more than they've done years before, and that's go above 500 at least.
Okay.
And that's a little different than they've had been because they've been pretty bad. And I'm not a big fan of Bucyrus. I'll say that, but I still think that this year's gonna be a lot different than the years before.
All right.
Coaching's gotten better, players gotten better. It's all coming together for them.
I think so. I think a team that's going to surprise some people this year is Columbian. I really do think that they have a team that is not only are they young, but they have some experience for being a young squad. And they got some guys that have been playing since they were freshmen. Now they're juniors. Like these guys have been together for a long time. They've been through 3 different coaches in the last 3 years. Now I feel like this new head coach, he's going to be here for at least a couple years, and he's got these guys energized. They're playing really good basketball in the early going, and they're playing team basketball. That's the key, is getting a lot of different guys involved. He's got a good rotation. I'm excited to see what Columbian does this year, because I feel like that's a team that could sneak up on some people. I'm interested to see what Seneca East does. I think that's another team that they've got some weapons. That coaching staff has done a really good job the last couple of years. I mean, they made the playoffs the last 2 years. They made a deep run 2 years ago. So I think that's a team that I've got my eye on. They could make some noise. But other than that, obviously the big team that everybody's going to have their eye on this year is Margaretta. Julian Washington with his, school record, most points scored in school history.
And it's going to get even
first
bigger
game of the year.
That was only first game.
First game of the year.
He's going to have
already got it out of the way.
Oh, he's going to have so many points.
And it's just going to be exciting to watch this
That's
season.
a lot of points for him.
The Dayton commit.
I'm just excited to go on another journey with Heart of Iowa Sports and do this before I graduate.
I don't know if we'll be getting any state runs from basketball this year.
Probably, maybe not. We don't know.
We'll have to see, because maybe we might not be covering just teams around here.
Because then I got baseball season. I unfortunately will not be able to be with you guys for baseball season.
No, I already talked to your baseball coach. He's like, yeah, Donnie can come work for you guys. He's good.
Why would you say that?
This Donald guy, I don't know about him. He's not good.
I'm hoping to. Obviously, I want to work with you guys, but I'm hoping to play on varsity for baseball this year.
All right.
So hopefully I won't have to. But
you better put some work in.
Oh, I will.
I ain't seen you in the cages one time.
Oh, no. When have you been watching for me at the cages?
I've been in the cages every day. What are you talking about?
I just see Nate just standing outside some random cage. Haven't seen you.
Why are you questioning him what he's doing? What were you doing April 14th, 2017?
Yeah, I want to know what you were doing.
We know what you were doing, dude.
We know what you're doing.
We know what you were doing.
No, we know what you were doing.
You know what you did.
You need to tell us what you did.
This is ridiculous.
Dude,
I guess we'll just
can't own up to our crap
that
anymore.
one close to the vest, huh?
Dude.
We can't tell them.
A lot of alcohol.
Don't let that one slip out of the bag, all right?
Dude, that was pretty bad.
I'm containing it, dude. I don't know how I'm doing this right now.
At least we don't know what Jacob was doing in March.
I was talking shit all the way home about Indiana.
Go Hoosiers.
And
what happened when I was at my friend's house, Colin, I don't know if he's watching, but hi Colin. I was at his house right after it was, what time did the game get over at? Like 11 maybe, something like that. So we were sitting in the shop, we were watching on his phone, and as soon as I see Fielding go out there to line up for the kick, right in my head immediately goes Coldwater. Same exact spot on the field. I go, he's about to miss it. I even told him, he's missing it wide left. And sure enough, boom, wide left. What's wrong?
Just reminded me so much of the freaking kick against Georgia.
See, I understand the comparison, but I don't think it's that as bad as that.
It's not, but it just
the implications don't matter as much. But no, immediately I thought about Coldwater in that kick.
Why do we always think about?
No, Donnie, I thought about the kick against Michigan last year. He did the same shit against Michigan last year. Did he miss 2 in that game?
I don't know. It's just like
and you lost by 3.
It's just, as a fan, I just went straight to the worst possible thing, and that was the one against Georgia.
I got to give Indiana credit. The defense played lights out. They had a great game plan for Ohio State's offense, and I think Ohio State's game plan was shit. I think I'm not trying to make excuses, but I also think that Brian Hartline was involved in a lot of interviews with USF all week.
Dude, he's so checked out.
He was going back and forth between Florida and Ohio State all week. I don't think he put much into the game plan this week. Now, that's not saying that other offensive coaches weren't involved and helped put that game plan together, but I just don't feel like I've seen that offense look like that all year. Part of it obviously had to do with that Indiana defense and their game plan. I'm not taking anything away from them, but this Ohio State offense just looked like they had everything. It looked like it was stuck in neutral.
It looked like our offensive line was not working as hard as normal, and they're letting too many guys in the backfield.
Well, Indiana's defensive line's really
Yeah.
good. Like, they are very good.
But that's when you got to work at maximum overdrive. You got to push into them to go upfield, and they were not.
I also
that
feel
push.
like Ohio State's offense is really only effective when they have a mobile quarterback. And when you're playing teams like Penn State and, Michigan and, Rutgers and, you're playing the Big Ten teams that aren't very good this year. They weren't very good. They're just not. Like, the teams that Ohio State played this year, they didn't have a test until
They
this
really
Indiana
didn't.
game, really.
I'll give it that.
But when you're playing teams like that, like, they didn't really have to open it up or, try to, they didn't have to do things that were outside of their comfort zone, really. So they just kept it in cruise control all year.
That's why I kind of like this loss in a way. Like,
And you get into this game and
hate
it felt
losing,
like
but-
they were stuck in cruise control, and Indiana just said, yeah, you can wake up anytime you want, but we know what you're going to do. We know what your game plan is. And it looked vanilla as shit. Like, it looked very similar to what the Browns game plan was at the beginning of that game against the Titans. Run, pass, run, pass, run, pass. It's like, that's not working, man. It's not working.
Figured it out.
But I'll tell every fan who's like mad right now or don't think we're gonna do much in the playoffs. What happened last year? We lost that one last game. It was a big game to us
You
in the
can't
moment.
compare it, though.
Yes, you can, because
You can't.
that was a really good team that we faced this year in Indiana, and it meant something to us. Again, last year, of course, Michigan can't compare to Indiana. But at the same time, it meant something to us. We lost again. We're going to learn from this, and we're going to go very far. We're
But
going
do
to win a
they
national
care as
championship.
much, though, about winning that conference championship when they're already locked in the playoffs and they know how good of a team they are?
Exactly.
It's not
They
exactly.
weren't locked in.
Well, but you're comparing it to the Michigan loss where against Michigan it means everything.
Again, if they
Usually.
probably won that, they would have been in the Big Ten again. And I don't know. But I'm just saying is we lost last year. It's going to translate into the playoffs. We're going to keep winning.
I'm not as positive, but I don't think they're going to lose a bunch
No.
of games. I don't think they're going to lose the first game. Like, whoever they play, I think they got a good chance against.
Like you
But-
said, it wakes them up. That's what they needed. They need the kick in the butt again. And they're going to come out firing again like they did against Tennessee.
I think Georgia's going to be a hell of a match for them.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That's the
I
one
really
thing that
do.
does kind of scare me, though, is now that we lost, we're on that other side.
Yep. And I kind of knew that was going to happen. If they lost that game, you're looking at the harder path to the playoffs or to the national championship. But that's not saying they can't do it.
Yeah, because think about it, if they would have won, they would have been number one. They would have had to play Oklahoma or Alabama.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not.
yeah.
That's not anywhere near as bad as playing
as
Georgia.
Georgia or whoever Georgia's playing. Who are they playing?
They,
A&M?
they have
It'd be
Georgia has a bye.
Or
We
is
have a
it
bye. It's going to be like the Tulane versus something, the JMU versus something, I
JMU?
believe.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Georgia does have the bye. don't they?
Whatever. Yeah, we both have the bye.
but
So
anyways, I'm not as confident as you are about them being able to just do this again, but I do think that there's a lot of the same pieces there, so it could be possible.
we also
but
feel like our
if
difference.
you remember from last year, Donnie, what was Will Howard good at that Julian saying has proven he is not good at?
he was able to get out of the pocket. And
He's
move upfield.
we were able to run the ball with him.
Yeah.
Not just scramble, but we were able to design run plays for Will Howard, quarterback option plays to keep the defense off balance. You can't do that with Julian Sayin because defenses are not going to respect him running the ball. He doesn't run. So it's a different element that, like I said, I'm not saying that they can't do it, but they're one-dimensional this year.
That's when
They have a three-headed backfield. They have great running backs in the backfield, but when you don't have the threat of the quarterback running the ball, now the defense can just key on that running back, and they're just pinning their ears back, and you're seeing 8 guys in the box, and then or 7 guys in the box. They're doing a good job of blanketing those receivers downfield. They were running 2 deep safeties pretty much that whole game and just putting everybody at least 20 yards off the ball, keeping everything in front of them.
Mhm.
If they would have just taken what the defense gave them the whole game, they probably would have won the game.
yeah, probably.
But the problem is they wanted to push the ball and they got greedy and they wanted to try to get the big play and it just was never there. Indiana said, no, you're not getting that.
That's where also coaching comes into effect because that offensive line has to, since he can't run, they have to step up and get those blocks along with the running back when he blocks and stuff like that. Those guys need to know their assignments, stay on their assignments, and let, as we were saying, Julian's saying, be untouched.
Yeah.
in that pocket. And of course, yeah, like you said, they have safeties downfield. It's hard to throw, and it's tough. But that's when coaching comes into effect, and that's a big key role in Ohio State right now.
What do you think about no ACC team in the playoffs? And 2 group of 5 schools getting in.
Join a conference.
We need to hear from Greggy.
Actually,
we got our Notre Dame fan in house.
Hang on,
I want to hear.
I mistyped it. One ACC team did make it. It was Miami, and they knocked out Notre Dame. The conference champion, the ACC, didn't make it in. But regardless,
ACC champ.
Greg, would you like to get your little rant in, or?
I mean, what am I gonna say that everybody with a brain hasn't already said? I mean, look at what Brady Quinn said. I think Brady Quinn summed it up best with how he touched on Nate. ESPN wanting to profit off of the news of Notre Dame all season long, but then Notre Dame wants to back out of the bowl game, and everybody's like, oh, what a bunch of wimps. And it's like, no, why would you make ESPN money for no reason? Why would you play? Why would you play that game? I think it's the right decision. I don't care what anybody says. Call them wimps all you want. But I also will say this. I keep seeing a lot of people being like, oh, I think it should be criteria that if you opt out of the bowl game, you can't be in the playoffs the next year. God, could you say I'm scared of Notre Dame any louder? Like, come on now.
I think they were one of the 4 schools that actually had a legitimate chance to run on the table. Like, they really, if you would have got them in the playoffs,
They were playing at their best.
they had a legit chance at actually making a run. Like, I do feel like they're playing really good football at the right time, and you're punishing them for the first 2 weeks of the season, essentially. Like, I get it. Join a conference, whatever. You can have that argument.
Don't matter. You see the cakewalk of a schedule they got next year.
Yeah, but when you think about it, everybody's going to have a cakewalk of a schedule. You had a lot of teams going, nah, we're going to reschedule. We're going to get rid of this home and home. But you think about it, the ACC champ, you want them to join a conference. Their champ's they're not in the playoffs.
That's what happens when you have a 7-5 Duke playing. I don't know how in the world, because there's like 5 or 6 different teams that could have made it, right? Heading into that last week. And then 7-5 Duke makes it somehow, and 12th or 11th ranked Miami doesn't make it. Like, I don't know how that makes any sense, but
Doesn't make
they
any
have
sense at
some
all.
criteria or whatnot that says, oh, this can happen because this metric and because this guy hit. I don't know. I'm gonna stop myself before I said something, but it's just,
this is why I still think that the NCAA is not long for this world in college football. Like, they will still be a governing body of all college sports. Obviously, it's not going to go anywhere. But when it comes to college football, it's becoming too big of a beast. It's becoming way too big of a monster for just and it's honestly destroying some smaller schools' programs. You talk about the money that's involved in college football now. It needs to be some kind of a revenue sharing model. There needs to be some kind of a cap. There needs to be some kind of rules involved. And you can't do that with the NCAA, but you can do that when you collectively bargain. And you can't do that in the NCAA system right now. And I think that's going to be key. You're going to see over the next 5 to 6 years, teams distancing themselves from the NCAA in college football. And you're going to see this college football playoff committee. Obviously, that's one way that they can kind of control what's going on, but that's going to be scrutinized over these next few years even more with this playoff system being expanded. You're going to have a lot more eyes on this and a lot more people saying, this team deserves in or this team deserves in. When, if you have a committee, if you have an actual governing body of college football, this isn't a problem. You're not having state senators vote for the college football playoff committee. You're having coaches and people that are involved in college football vote for this stuff.
Do you think all the noise of all over social media of saying, "Oh, Miami beat Notre Dame. Why aren't they ahead of Notre Dame?" Do you think that played a factor? I think that definitely played a factor in the decision.
I think the committee definitely factored that in. Now, here's the thing. Head-to-head should be involved in the decision-making. But there also needs to be other factors involved as well. And the fact that Miami lost to a 5-7 team has to be considered. You can't ignore the fact that Miami is not playing very good football right now. And you want that team in the playoffs over a team that's rolling?
Well,
I get it. Head-to-head, it's got to mean something. But so does a conference championship. It's supposed to mean something. And you don't have that. You don't have the ACC champ in the playoffs. So you're making arbitrary rules, but you're not always adhering to them. And it's Okay, so you're picking and choosing what rules you want to enforce, and that's why I don't like this committee shit. Like, can we just make it put the 12 best teams in the playoffs every year?
Then what do you feel about like the Tulane and JMU stuff? They
Get rid of that
Yeah,
shit.
they won. They won their They won their what?
But the
Yeah,
smaller
but where are
schools,
they ranked,
and then-
Donnie?
the smaller schools want
I'm
their
not,
opportunity.
I'm not saying for the no,
They
Greg.
want
I'm not
their
saying they should be
opportunity.
in. I'm saying
Then
why
make
are
a
they?
group of 5 playoff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Is
'cause-
Make
why
a group
are
of
they in
5
there?
playoff.
like,
then.
let's not kid ourselves about what are these automatic spots? You're not in
And
the
then-
top 12. Get out of here.
If
They're not.
that's-
They have no business being in the same conversation.
Well, if that's true, then why isn't Duke in then? If JMU and Tulane are in because they won, why is Duke not in?
because Duke sucks.
Because-
Because of
Well,
they
that-
weren't ranked.
And-
But they won the thing. Why are they not in? That's the argument you could take to why JMU and Tulane. Why are they in if Duke's not? And that's when everything just
well, when this is all said and done, you're going to see why neither one of those teams deserve to be in, because you're going to see them get their
it's gonna be like
asses
last
beat. They're
year.
going to get molly-whopped, and then everybody's going to go, why are we doing this? Why are we letting these small schools in to get destroyed? It'd be like letting a Division 6 team into the Division 1 playoffs and say, well, you know what? Anything could happen. We got to put them in there because they had a good record and they deserve it. It's like, well, you know, whoa, that was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
What the heck?
No,
Whoa! Keystone Cops going on
my
Monday Night
God.
Football.
Jesus Christ! This is the most Philly Chargers thing
That
I've
better
ever
not-
seen just happen on camera, right
There's a
behind you
pick
guys.
and then a fumble and then
That better
another
not
fumble.
go against Jalen Hurts as a fumble and an interception. Because
Oh,
I have
it's
him
gonna-
in fantasy.
it's
That
gonna-
better not count as both.
I'm
I have
not
him
gonna
in
lie.
fantasy.
For it being a Chargers 8-4, they have the worst offensive
Oh.
line I've ever seen in so I'm not surprised in least that just happened.
But no, I think this committee thing is the downfall of. It's going to be the downfall of the playoff system that we know now, and we're going to see this being kind of like, okay, I was liking this to, Edison wasn't the guy who invented the light bulb. He was just the one that perfected it. And like, yeah, they might, the end result might not be what the beginning looked like, but it's going to be because of the beginning that we get to the end result we want. We need to go through this and all these bullshit back and forth, all these rules that we've got to go through and all this arbitration. We've got to go through this so we can get to the point where we want to be at, which is let's get the 12 best teams in college into the college football playoff
It
every
should
year.
Just be like the rankings, just like the top 12 ranked.
I think
So
it should be
many-
the top 16.
top 16.
And you should there should not be a 3-week gap in between the conference championship and the first week of the playoffs.
I mean,
Yeah,
in the
this should not
past,
be
That's got to go away.
in the past, it was always just, who's number 1, who's number 2, whatever. They just went by who was ranked the highest. So why does introducing a playoff format change that?
Yes.
Like, top 12 teams, top whatever teams. That's the playoff bracket.
They also
Come
got
on.
a lot more views when they did the selection committee because like the top 4 would get in. So just that. And so they would like pull that up on the screen and be like,
Well-
oh, who's going to be the number 4th? Who's going to be the number 3rd and stuff. And it just like gave you that readiness. For
And
it.
I think you're kind of at a disadvantage for one of the top 4 teams getting a bye. You don't get the home game.
Well,
Yeah.
it
If you would
was like
expand this
something
to a
like none of them-
16-game playoff or a 16-team playoff, then all 8 of the top 8 seeds get home games, and then they advance on. They get home games the next round. Can you imagine 2 home games for some of these schools?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
That's-
That's what we want. We don't want more bowl games. We want more home rivalry college football playoff games. I want to see an NFL atmosphere in college, but on the biggest stage. I want to
Yeah.
see, watching those night games last year.
Ohio State, Tennessee.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, so beautiful.
And they weren't the only one. The Alabama game was
Oh my
awesome. Like there was
gosh.
so many games that were good last year that you were like, yeah, this is what college football needs more of.
Mm-hmm.
So if you expand this to a 16-team playoff, you give those top 8 teams a home game, and then whoever advances after that, you reseed the top seeds, get the home games or whatever. But I think that's the solution that you're looking for. But what happens is you're pissing off these bowl people.
Yeah.
You got a lot of bowl people that are involved in college football right now, and that's all NCAA. That's the NCAA trying to please all these money people, and it's a mess. But I feel like over the next 5 to 6, maybe 7 years, you're gonna. Damn it, I didn't do that on purpose. You're gonna see this thing kind of the waters are gonna clear. It's not gonna be so muddy anymore over these next few years, but it's a process to get there. So
Just a little nitpick. If you add all those games, then I mean you increase the risk of all these college students also getting injured. I mean, obviously adding more games. It's the same thing with the NFL.
Well, essentially,
when they're
right
adding
now, all the
17 looking to add 18 games, right? I mean, more and more people are getting injured, and then you're not going to have. I mean, some top talent could end up getting hurt.
Then adding turf.
Yeah, and then
into the
all the
effects.
turf. But that's a completely different thing. I'm not like trying to
Yeah.
debate with you. I'm just trying to say like, injuries could also happen with all that, and you don't want like projected top 10 pick to tear his ACL or something because you had to play one more unnecessary game.
Well, essentially, but what I'm saying is you're already having those teams play that amount of games. The bottom 4 seeds the bottom 8 seeds are already playing that amount of games.
Yeah.
The teams with the bye are the only ones that aren't playing that many games. So that argument, I can hear it, but you're already playing the amount of games that I would be suggesting. Essentially, like, I'm not adding any more games other than those top 4 teams won't get buys.
Yeah.
They'll just be in the mix with everybody else. So, like, you're not adding any more weeks. Maybe you do add 4 more games, but I feel like when you're trying to get the best teams in college football, you get the top 16 teams in no matter what, then there's no more arguments. Yeah, there might be an argument over 16 and 17 or, who should have been in over maybe the 18th team deserved it, whatever, but you're going to get the best 12 teams in college football.
Hawkeyes make it? I wanted my Iowa Hawkeyes to make it.
What the Ball State?
At the end of the day, what you want
Ball State.
is by round 2, you want the best 8 teams in college football playing,
Yeah.
right?
Like
That's what you're
like
going
Ball
to get.
State. They should have been this year.
Yeah, like
Ball State.
Miami, Ohio.
Kent State. I was waiting for the
Ball
announcement.
State.
Kennesaw
I thought they were going to make it in.
BGSU.
Yeah.
Where,
I was holding my
where are
breath.
they at?
Where's Idaho State and Delaware?
Dude, I can't with
wanted
this
Delaware.
freaking committee anymore.
Yeah. You
Speaking
guys
of-
are.
Is this the Heisman race? Like, where are you guys at with this? Because I feel like this is kind of
I only put this on because
Mendoza definitely sealed it. Like, it's
Yeah.
his. He's got it for sure.
Mendoza.
I can't stand that guy, man. I just can't. stand that
yeah,
guy.
we won the game.
Oh my god.
I don't want to make fun of
He's
something
happy.
like that.
What's
He's
wrong,
happy,
dude?
Okay, there's
But-
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong.
but it's
There's
funny.
nothing wrong. That's just not a quarterback I want on my team. Like, I'm not. I'm good. Like, you could have him. There's nothing
He
wrong
does
with
not
him.
want to be a Cleveland Brown.
I hope not.
I hope nobody.
He
wants
looks
to be
like
a
a kind of
Cleveland
guy that would drive a minivan to practice. Like, I'm just saying. Like, he looks like
My
a Kirk
mom still
Cousins
drives
to me.
me to
Like,
practice.
he looks like the kind of guy that I don't know.
Do you drive, or does someone drive you?
I'm skeptical because who was he before here? Who was he? He was a guy from Cal that hadn't done anything. And then he gets to Indiana and he's good. Well, that was the same story with the guy last year, O'Rourke or whatever his name was.
Rourke.
Yeah.
Yeah, same story with this kid. He was nobody at Ohio. Now all of a sudden he's pretty damn good at Indiana. It's a system.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Are you calling him a system quarterback?
Absolutely.
Okay.
This system is going to produce good quarterbacks every year.
Kirk Cinetti, good
Yeah.
coaching. Like that's where it goes into the coaching. Again, it's just a good system he's put in to succeed.
And I think if
Yep.
you're a team that has a good system, he's going to succeed in
Oh,
the
yeah.
NFL. I don't think the Browns have that system. They need a guy who is going to be able to come in and kind of carry the load a little bit. And I don't know if that guy can do it. I don't see it. He's a big kid, but I don't know if he is the right guy for that team. And I'm I hope they don't have to pick a quarterback. That's all I'm saying. Like I hope that over the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever, Shedeur cements himself as at least an option for next year. And to where the Browns say, we don't have to draft a quarterback next year. We can go into this draft and just get a good wide receiver, get a good offensive lineman, build around these, whoever's going to be at quarterback, whether it's Deshaun Watson, whether it's Shedeur Sanders, whether it's Dylan Gabriel, whoever they want to be quarterback next year. Build around that guy, okay?
Cardinal Tate, the newest brand.
I'm all for it, 100%.
Yeah.
They
But-
do need a weapon. Jerry Judy ain't doing it.
No,
Was he
they
like
need a
leading the
number
league
one.
in drops or
Yeah.
something?
For the second
Sucks,
straight year.
dude.
Second straight year he's leading the league in
I
drives.
can't stand Jerry Judy.
I-
I have not been able to stand him. I never knew why.
I'll let him hurt me
He's
another
a jag.
week. I'll let him hurt me another week.
Just a guy.
You know, the Browns could trade away all their picks and get like every single quarterback in the draft.
They tried that last year. They had, 5, 6 quarterbacks
Yeah.
on the roster at the start of the season?
Where's
But-
Kenny Pickett? Oh, dude, Kenny Pickett's going to the Colts. They're gonna sign Kenny Pickett. They had to sign Kenny Pickett. Who else?
How
is there?
can they, though? He's on the Colts. Or he's on the Raiders. They got to
Oh,
cut
is
him.
he on the Raiders?
Yeah, they gotta cut him.
Oh, Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. But my hope is that Shedeur at least shows enough to where they can say, okay, we'll just build around you for next year. And here's the thing. If he goes out next year and he sucks and Deshaun sucks and you go 3-10 or 3-13 again, 3-14, so what? What's that? How's that any different than the last 2 years? Then you have next year, the year after that, 2027, you'll have Deshaun Watson's contract off the books.
Yeah.
You'll have your first round pick to invest in a quarterback if you want to in 2027. And you'll have invested around that position to where he's not going to be walking into a situation that's like a bad situation for him. He should be successful, whoever they put in that situation. So,
and then the Browns are going to lose like their first 4 games or something with that new quarterback, fire Stefanski, and be like, well, I don't know why this quarterback's not working.
Well, Stefanski's going to be gone after the season.
Well, with Drew Aller out for the season, obviously he's not going to probably go to the draft.
Oh yeah, he will.
You would go? You think you'd still go?
He
to
was
the
a
draft?
5th year, I think. I think this was his last year of eligibility.
Well, I was gonna say if he had one more year and let's say he played,
Unless
would
they
you-
give him a medical red shirt.
if you wanted, would you want him to play for the Browns if they had like?
Yeah, he's a Cleveland kid.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with it. But here's the thing. I don't want them to draft a quarterback in the first 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah, I won't either.
If Drew Aller falls to you in the 5th round, absolutely take him for sure. Why not? Take a flyer on it, just like you did Shedeur this year. What's it hurt? You got a 5th round pick invested in it.
Yeah.
But what I hated was they wasted a top 100 pick on Dylan Gabriel. Like, why, you can see anybody who's watched football all season long, you watch the Browns at all, you can see it's clear as day. Like, Shedeur was obviously more ready to play in the NFL than this Dylan Gabriel kid was. But the Browns tried to sell us on the fact all year that this kid was the super processor, super computer, like he was ready to go. And then when they throw him in, it's like all he does is throw checkdowns.
Like some coaches say, you can't teach size.
Yeah. But I just feel like if he shows enough this year, they can move on and they hopefully build around him and let's see what happens. But enough about the Browns, the losing team to the
Frowns.
the team that lost to the most losingest team in the NFL.
The Frowns.
Yes. Awful. Oh, I forgot they're doing the Toy Story broadcast tonight. Oh, yeah.
That's so sick.
Oh, Monstropolis.
Why don't we? Why don't we do that?
We're gonna have to do something. Oh, yeah, that'd be so hard, dude.
You'd have like sensors all over the place just
Oh.
to catch their movements.
So,
Come on, Greg, get something together.
and that leads us to the final segment of our show, which is this week's sign of the times.
My favorite segment.
So,
Oh my God.
I saw where
Oh dear.
Who is that guy?
there's a zoo in Denmark. All right, did you guys see this story?
No,
I
you're
guarantee
showing
you
us
I
the
have
first
no
time.
idea.
So, a zoo in Denmark stirred up some intrigue and controversy over a social media post when they asked for surplus pets to be donated to feed captive animals.
They better be dead.
They asked people to donate unwanted pets that could be gently euthanized
Gently.
and
It's a
fed to
tiger.
predators in captivity. You know, chickens, rabbits, guinea pigs.
Oh,
They're gonna kill them in the sanctuary. I hope they kill them in like a
No, they're gonna let them
controlled environment and then put them out there. I wouldn't like throw them out there. I wouldn't.
No, they're just going to throw them out there all old and decrepit and just watch that hunt. Yeah, they got to hunt, right?
Maybe
part of the food chain.
You shouldn't be running a zoo if you don't have the resources to
says-
feed the animals.
It says, in zoos, we have a responsibility to imitate the natural food chain of the animals
No,
in
give
terms of
them
both animal
give a tiger
welfare
a chicken.
and professional integrity.
I would love to
I feel like that's so contradicting yourself because you're not feeding them properly. You're going out and
Woo!
getting random cats and dogs and
see the random chicken that's out in the safari.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
Okay,
Don't
we've
get
gone
me
a little too
started.
off the
Don't get me
rails.
started. I tell you what, don't get me started.
Don't do it.
What?
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 Well, I mean, they say,
What?
they go on to say that way nothing goes to waste, and we ensure natural behavior, nutrition, and well-being of our predators.
No.
Oh.
They also accept horses as part of its fodder program.
They started coming in. They started taking them illegally.
They're taking the horses. They're taking the chickens.
Everyone's gonna start hating it when they start banging on doors just to take someone's dog. And
Can I borrow your dog real quick?
No, they don't borrow them. They just come in and take them. Like, Their other program.
Yeah,
That's what Donald Trump says.
to help us out. The zoo that
I guess
everyone
this
cares
is a
about.
practice that's been going on for years, though. Stop.
It's called natural selection.
Now, it says that dogs and cats are excluded from the program, but the animals are limited to chickens, rabbits, guinea pigs, and horses.
What is a guinea pig gonna do?
I mean,
What?
It's like a chicken nugget.
Yeah, no, it's not even that. It's like eating an M&M. Like,
eh,
what are you doing with a guinea pig? That must be a fat guinea pig.
How about you try to eat a guinea pig?
I mean,
Why you think it?
how about you try to eat a horse?
You look like you could swallow an entire guinea pig. Yeah, look at that mouth wide open. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can fit the mic in your mouth. You can probably eat the guinea pig. Do it.
I don't think I can.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
bet
going
you
to.
can.
You don't know. Jacob's mouth's been over here.
Yeah, that is true. Jacob's stinky. Very stinky.
well, here's a good point. It says the problem with feeding just feeding lions meat is that the liver, the heart, all that stuff they're much more richer in nutrients, and they provide more than just the muscle meat. And the wild lions only start eating the muscle tissue after they've finished off the other parts. So they go for the organs first, then they go into the tissues. So I mean, for a lion, I could see it, but
Eating a guinea pig would be like a grape. You bite down on it
Oh,
and it
yeah.
just explodes
Pop.
in their mouth.
it just
You're gonna
pops
grape.
like a grape.
Oh God.
Look at that strip sack right there. Who's that? Kobe Dean?
Well, that's what happens
What it
when
look like?
all your offensive linemen are just bottom tier.
I get to go home to Madison beer. Oh no.
Nah.
Poor
You know
Justin
he does
Herbert.
not care about this game at all. He's just ready to get back home to Madison.
Herbert, bro.
He's just like, I got a model at home. Frick, let's throw
Buddy's
two
trying
touchdowns
to be
tonight.
Josh Allen getting a superstar model as a girlfriend / wife.
So that leads me to my next story here. The IRS is.
I don't care about the IRS.
Oh, you might.
No, not that.
So they're in a little dispute right now over this no tax on tips, right? Because there are people out there who they're pretty adamant
I'm
about.
sorry.
They don't want to
Hey,
see
what are they watching?
You said no tax on what, sir?
tips.
Oh, okay.
What can
Tips.
you read that word for me?
So they're in a dispute right now, and
Abdul
they're in
Carter.
a- they're in
Abdul
a-
Carter is all over this.
They're in a court proceeding, and they are going to have to watch OnlyFans content in court, in a court proceedings.
Sounds awful.
You better get the best
establish-
content.
Yeah, I want
Top
the
of the
best
line.
content.
Can I get in that courtroom?
Oh.
Is there a way I can find my way into this courtroom?
Now you want to be a field reporter, huh?
No. Yeah,
We're gonna
Why
send
is
you-
just some guy building Legos or something like?
throw me in there, coach.
Like I said, Abdul Carter is all over this. That's crazy.
Sorry, my mom watching.
I just thought it was kind of
Your
funny.
mom's probably watching this.
she is. What's that?
The
one?
audacity. I thought I raised you better, Donnie.
Well, you-
The passing
on,
of the
Donald.
law, they did pass that new tax law, no tax on tips, but it did include a caveat, which is that pornographic creators and actors, including those who operate on OnlyFans, were not entitled to have their taxes waived. So I can go serve somebody at a restaurant, and my tips, they're cool. They don't want to tax those, right?
well, they love your
But
tips.
when somebody, wants to tip on some tits, and say, no, you got to have taxes on those. Taxes on the
Tiggle.
titties.
Tiggle.
They're trying to tax the titties. What are we doing?
Tax those titties. Tax those titties.
Why?
Tickle baby.
people who
Free
pay,
the titty.
but people who pay for OnlyFans are gooners. I can't believe they're in our society.
Well,
You're a
Obviously.
hypocrite. What are you talking
I
about?
don't
You're a
pay,
big old
but I've got 4
hypocrite.
subscriptions going right now.
How do you know? Nobody has my laptop. I have it in my lockbox.
I know it all. I know what your computer does.
No, I just don't
I
get
see your
it.
search history.
Yeah, I
There's-
know what you're looking up.
There's something on the line that's free.
Incognito mode doesn't work on your phone, buddy.
Elon told me all about it.
Elon.
They went through my internet. But no, like
You're the type of guy-
It's free. Why do you pay for that?
You're the type of guy that looks it up on Twitter.
No, that's the worst. No,
Donnie,
that's so bad.
the religious Twitter porn guy.
Twitter
Man.
is so bad. Cooper, no, you don't even know what you're talking about.
They're all getting bad. Greggy showed me an ad he got on Facebook the other day. I'm like, what?
He's very lonely.
I guess.
Tommy's dad did Tommy's mom.
Oh, come on now.
Tommy's mommy. Sorry.
Come on now. Now, the next story I've got here.
The next ad I had to show you, Nate, that I found that like played some kind of weird. It was like some kind of bondage-looking dude reading like a sex novel out loud.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, you're not even gonna believe it. He's like, oh, you're.
Logan.
I can't even say the words on here. He's like, your blank tastes so good, and I'm like, what the hell is happening on the Facebook right now?
What did I say, Logan? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
What are you talking
Hang
about?
on. I gotta
Logan, I need
refresh here.
I need you to type it in chat, please. What are you talking about, Logan?
Explain yourself.
Come on, Mr. Heminger.
He's like, I've been on Twitter for this amount of years and I can't believe this shit. What are you talking about?
Believe it.
He just wants to know where to find it.
r/what?
r/what? I forget. Yeah,
I think there is a r/Gooner.
I guarantee you there's a Reddit.
There's a Reddit for everything. Want to get your taxes filed for you? r/taxes something.
r/taxes.
Oh, I know that's true.
So this next thing I got here.
Look, it's 9.
So I thought this was probably one of the best stories I've seen. I don't know if you guys have seen this one yet, but
Obviously not.
well, it's made its rounds on social media. But you're not a social media guy.
Well, I am, but not when it comes to whatever.
Oh, yeah, you
OnlyFans.
Well, this is not OnlyFans.
You
This is a new
sent me
story.
some crazy stuff, Cooper.
I have.
You're a social media
Congratulations. You and Matt Wyman now know my For You page is absolutely chopped.
Dude, it's crazy.
You're a gooner, aren't you?
I'm not a gooner, but some of my
I saw some stuff on there, Cooper.
He's gooning.
Some of my reels are questionable, and I need to share with the class. So I send it to Donnie because I know he would be all over that.
Okay, I want to hear this.
Okay.
The Goon
I
Squad.
bet. Yeah, the
Goon Squad can sit in the back for this. I want to hear this.
The Goon Squad consists of Donnie, Donald, and
The Goon
No, the
Squad
Goon
sitting in the
Squad
back
is
seat.
us, Cooper.
It's us.
It's us.
that's good.
I do not. God, I'm getting a text.
All right, so
It's probably your mom.
this next story. Did you guys see about this raccoon that broke into the liquor store?
On my way to the liquor store.
Yeah.
He
So
just wanted to get a little drunk.
just a little drunk. I guess Rocket's fallen on some hard times lately, so
Well, if you know his backstory, you know why.
Yeah, you know that. I be seeing that all over Instagram reels. Oh, he's so sad.
but after a few hours of sleep and he didn't have any injuries, he was safely released back into the wild, but there was plenty of damage done to the store and the
Make him-
surroundings.
Sue him for him.
I can't hear anything. What are you talking about?
The ad that's playing. Do you see it?
No.
Oh, you guys don't see it?
No,
No, the
I don't
TV's
see
off
anything.
in
The
here.
Oh,
TV's
the
off
TV
out
shut
here.
off. I didn't know that. My bad.
Yeah, I should have told him that a while ago.
Yeah, it shut off a long time ago.
What
It
was
like
that?
froze up
What
and
was
then
the
shut
ad?
off.
Was it OnlyFans ad?
No, it's our legacy ad that we play. That
Oh.
we made.
Oh, on the OnlyFans video?
No.
No.
It's on the raccoon video.
Oh, that's
thank-
awesome.
Thank God.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your Gregacy.
Come to us and you guys get
You
OnlyFans.
have
Here's
to
the-
know.
here's
Your
the-
Gregacy.
Over the weekend, employees at an ABC store in Ashland found dozens of bottles broken and several shelves ransacked. And after searching the building, none other than a raccoon was found passed out in the bathroom. Animal control was called out.
Even went to the bathroom.
The
dude.
employees
He's
just walking
face
in.
down. It's so
For life
funny.
choices,
He's like
the
sprawled
raccoon
out, both arms and legs
into the
out.
wild.
What's going through your mind? You're seeing this, you're like, oh crap, and you're following the trail.
Yes.
Here are some of the
that's a
comments we
raccoon.
found on our Facebook page.
Oh,
Comments.
man.
That trash panda really did get trashed. And when is its court date? I'd love to be there.
Wow.
Plus, That bottom shelf stuff will get you like that.
That's good. More comments to share. At least he made it to the bathroom. Some of us humans can't even do that.
Okay.
And I've heard of drunk as a skunk, but never drunk as a raccoon. And God gave raccoons hands, but not shame.
These look like comments from the Seneca News Daily.
Maybe the McCones, he just celebrated.
Dude, I love it when the
with
news
their
reporters
Thanksgiving
read the
and-
comments because it sounds like they're saying it and they sound
Another
so like
person said
ridiculously saying. You
maybe
could
just had to
take
do
like
that after
just a
dealing with
sound bite
his
of that.
in-laws.
Just throwing like
I
the
mean,
news
drunk
person
giving
said
for a
this.
reason,
What the
and
hell?
raccoon said, let me get in on that as
But
well.
that is all I had.
Back to the wild,
Let me
have to
get
watch
in
out
on
for
that.
him. Staggering in the streets there.
Right.
And I have to tell you directly and personally,
That's another ad. I was just gonna let
Why
him play
did
it.
that scared the shit out of me, Greg? I just look over on Male's voice.
Who is here?
Dude, I always love this segment. This segment is funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
But all right, I think that's pretty much all I got
Oh,
for
yeah.
you guys tonight.
This is a
Any
great.
final thoughts?
At the end of the day,
It is
it is night.
I feel like this is a great way to wrap up a great football season. I'm not going.
That's right.
Two newest people who had their first year, and the owner and the other owner,
The other guy.
the other guy in the room,
The other guy that does
And we were
everything.
the three horsemen.
Yeah,
The
and-
the unfaced. Nobody's allowed to know. He'll reveal his mask like Dream in a little.
he's
bit.
on the thumbnail.
Well, they don't know what he actually looks like. It's okay. though.
Cooper, that's-
he's a
That's
wizard.
fake. That's fake.
He's the
Yeah.
wizard. He's the
Yeah.
Glizzard.
He's
The
a wizard.
The Blizzard.
That's fake.
It's fake.
It's fake.
Yeah, that's
What
not
are
what
you
you actually
talking
look
about?
like.
He's a wizard king.
That's not what you actually
100%
look like.
real.
He also
Authentic.
did not get hit by a
It's
deer
not
that was all
real.
fake.
That's
But-
not real. It's fake.
But yeah, I just feel like this was a great.
Oh, also, can we
Time.
please make fun of Donnie in the thumbnail? His face.
Cooper,
please.
yours did not look any better.
At least mine. I was smiling. I look like a normal human being. You were just kind of there.
Who wants to be normal in this life? You gotta want to be different, Cooper.
Oh, you're different, all right. I tell you that. I'll tell you that much.
Just because I'm in
Donnie.
the special classes,
Donnie,
don't
he
make me different.
Are you actually?
No.
Okay, I was about to say.
Makes you special.
Yeah.
I'm
I
special.
mean, whatever floats your boat, sweetheart.
It's yeah. Let the motion of the ocean.
All right, I'm about to motion my ocean out of here.
Oh no.
All right, guys. That's going to do it for us here tonight on the Pulse Podcast. I want to thank my cohorts in action here. Greg the Wizard, Kinn on the ones and twos.
Your what?
my cohorts in action.
Cohort. What's that?
I'm a wizard and a king.
Partners. Look it up.
Huh.
Cooper Snyder, Donnie Hannam,
Cooper, you would be the one to
and
not
Greg
know
the
what that
Wizard
is.
Kinn. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. If you've made it this far with us, share the video with all your friends. It helps us reach new audiences.
Put 6-7 in the comments, please.
I have
Until
no
next
friends.
time, that's going to do it. Have a great night, everybody.